Whoa, it's Wulzy. I'm in a good mood today. We are going to be playing some level requests. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. High Spirit has been featured, Easy Demon, 16k downloads in the first 2 days. That's nuts. We're gonna send some levels today. I'm feeling generous. If you want a chance to get your level played on the series, run down to the Discord, agree to the rules, then you'll gain access to the whole entire server and the Google form, which I'm taking these levels from in a random order. We've got Mono Mount by Fraps GD using a little bit by Mockoff. Inspired by R&BW, that is a thing that I like to see at the beginning of a level. Wow, this is really interesting actually. I like the black and white contrast, the inverting pulse. This looks cool, very abstract. The block design is a little bit empty, but I appreciate what you've done with the outlines of the structures, how it's thick on some of the edges and thin on the others. You know, it looks good. Inducing a bit of color in there too. That would be awesome if you had a little bit of progression there, how there was more and more color. Seems to be dipping out though, strange. It presents some nice ideas, and while it feels static at times, holy moly, I think your structuring is really nice and unique. I like how everything connects to the floor instead of just the top and bottom like normal. And with that, you've allowed yourself to make some really creative pathing with the ship there. This is dope. I might actually send this for a rate, even though the block design doesn't really change throughout the whole thing. It keeps your engagement high, even when it's like staying the same pretty much all the way through. It switches up in color every so often, which kind of makes up for that. We've got a 5 here. Nice. Thank you for putting something different in front of my face. High Pog Dragons by Chamoy Lol, using the Fat Rat and Alexa rule the world. All the art in this level came from My Little Pony. Okay, it certainly does, it certainly does. I don't know if this is going to be traced or not, but it looks pretty decent to me. I don't have an issue with that. The structures and the effects and stuff on screen look really nice, so... Well, it's certainly a vibe. You know, vibes don't have to be for everyone. I'm not really into this whole theme, but I can appreciate it, and I'm sure many people are into this theme. The colors are good though, I can't deny you on that. That looks good. And the transitions are seeming pretty decent as well. Nice music sync as well. Yeah, I'm becoming a brony right now, guys. I'm getting into it. Oh wow, we're in a bubble. I must say the art is really well executed and the color schemes are pretty nice. There's no clashing saturation, it's all the same. Quite a nice joyous level with a bit of progression here and there. The pacing was nice. Yeah, I'll send that for a feature. I also really like the neon end screen with like a reference to each part. Bang, there you go. You guys are challenging me. I don't know how to say this, man. That by them. Ooh. Very unique looking. Damn, this has my interest right off the bat. Yeah, the coloring seems really cool. The glow is nice and subtle, but it works. What is going on? I thought they were spikes, but it turns out they're arrows. Cool, actually. Very static, but I really appreciate the way that the outlines are formatted. The glow is brighter than the rest, and it looks good. I don't even think it has blending, which is interesting to see. It just feels a little bit too clustered in the moments where it gets too dark. Like this transition, you see there's way too much detail for something that should, like, break up the level, you know? But I suppose it's a good thing that your transitions are linking into the rest of the level. They're not sticking out too much in that respect, so... I respect it. Interesting wave gameplay too. Oh, you're on your blast processing moments. Okay. There should be a coin there, just like the original. Oh, I actually called it. Okay. Damn, I like this structuring. I like how people are using slopes more and more. It makes everyone's gameplay feel different. Oh, here we go. We got the jewel. This is gonna tickle me right here. I think it's a cool level. It doesn't have much variation, but it uses the song pretty well. It's nice and consistent. And it looks pretty unique at the same time. Like, it's not very often you see glow like that. I can kind of see that, honestly. A 1.9 style with some 2.1 elements. You know what? I'm going to give it a like. And because it's quite creative and different from the rest, it actually made me feel something. The gameplay was pretty cool, although it was a little bit misleading with some of the arrows. You get an 8-star rate send. Very nice. Snow Zone by Idiocy, using Winter Bliss by Cycerin. I think I know this song, and I think it's a banger, so I'm very excited. Ooh, interesting design level once again. Damn, these levels are kind of banging today. I like the consistently dark color scheme, but it's not overbearingly dark where it's just bland. There are some details within the ground spikes. And nice art too. I really like the detail on that. Jeez, this kind of pops off. That made me feel something for sure. We got the blizzard background. Very nice. The gameplay's jimbin once again. I like the bouncing movement on the blocks as well. It really taps into that kind of chaotic vibe that you're going for here. Wowee, what am I doing here? Is it just a dash orb? Yep. I love these sweeping pulses too. That really ties the whole level together. When it feels a little bit disconnected due to the lack of structure in here and there, You know, when there's just ground spikes to fill in the space, it does get a little bit lonely and lost, but you saved it with that screen sweeping thing. That disconnection is the only thing that's really concerning me about the way this level is flowing at the moment. The variation is there with that snowflake moving part, and the designs are changing from part to part. It just feels a little bit similar from start to finish just because of how enclosed it all feels. I think this is going to be another rate send because it could have maybe been a little bit more diverse in the way it pulses, the way the colors are set out, you know? Actually, you know what? This is a no CP creator. I was very impressed by that. What rating do you want? A 7? Ooh, I'm going to say an 8 for that. I'm going to put an 8-star featured insane on that. That was cool. Next up, we've got Dawn by creator Anouar using Dawn Future Bass by iCamp Music. Oh, we've got a glow style now after a couple of design heavy levels. I see. Quite heavy on a thick glow overlay here, which is kind of making the level feel very pasty, but I appreciate what it's going for right now. A nice mellow vibe with very similar blocks that kind of look copy pasted, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just gets kind of repetitive after a while, you know? It is getting broken up with these black screen transitions. The designs are switching up in between the parts, which is pretty cool. Just wish there was a little bit more detail in between the blocks so it could rely on the glow less. But yeah, this is set out pretty nicely so far. I'm enjoying this. I like that you haven't just went for a black screen transition. You've experimented with some effects, but again, the copy paste is kind of shown in the block design here and there, and it seems very anticlimactic too. We're leading up to nothing. This is another no CP creator. This is very borderline rate worthy for me. I think that's what I'm going to put on the send. There's just some very bland areas like this that rely on custom backgrounds and glow screen overlays to keep it going. But I think this could get rated. Yeah, like, and there you go. I think that could get rated. Sleepy by Rylox is using Faces by Axel. Wow, kind of rude of you in the intro to just kill me like that straight away. But this aesthetic is very impressive. Wow, looks like an old cassette tape kind of vibe, and the song fits in too. Weird and wacky transition, but I guess it kind of works with what you're going for. Sheesh. This is really hard to read, I can't lie. Not sure about some of this detail that's featured inside this little black box. A lot of the screen is dormant, so you gotta really impress me in that short space, which I'm not really getting. The intro had it with the colors and the overlaying text, but the rest of the detail in this box is just kind of clustered and just overall quite strange so far. It doesn't feel very polished to me at all. I really liked how a lot of the levels were presented today, but this one just kind of feels like it's going all over the place. Feels kind of empty and lacking any emotion. There's also a hell of a lot of copy paste going on. I don't know, it just feels really unstructured. I think I'm gonna pass on this one, I'm afraid. Dust by Polar Prism using Creo Unveil. Really unsettling and unique vibe in the beginning. I like that tone of grey. Tap to control. What? I don't understand what's going on here. I guess I'm just meant to stay afloat. I guess the gimmick is you're not really supposed to understand the controls. That's why it just says dust in the wind, because when the wind blows, the dust's kind of moving around unexpectedly. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. The visuals are certainly engaging. I like the different range of pulses and stuff that you've got going on. Oh, spider. Actual gameplay now, I see. Interesting movement with those blocks too. This is really unsettling. What's it building up to? Oh boy, we're at 80%. Is this gonna keep going? I doubt it. But I really like some of these assets and how it makes you feel when it's leading up to that. I don't know about this. It feels kind of devoid of any character. Definitely unique. I like the concept of the ship, how you're not really supposed to know what you're doing. You're just kind of testing stuff out, seeing how it responds, you know? I kind of like that from like a programmer's perspective. But yeah, I'm not sure how something like that would go down on the featured page or the awarded tab or anything like that. So I'm going to move past it and move on to League by Slipio using Momentary, oh my god, by Waterflame. I'm going to go and call this the last level for today's video. There's been a lot of interesting ones today. Let's end off with a bang. This certainly looks very sleek, very modern, very abstract. I like that. There's not much detail, but it's set up very nicely. Cool transition. Really nice structuring. I love the repetition of those little triangles and shapes on the arrows. They link in really well together. Okay, I'm looking for something else at this point. You've switched up the structuring. You've switched up the arrow types and stuff. Oh, here we go. Something different. It's similar, but it's picking up a little bit. I'm liking these little inversions to black every so often. Those particles look really sick. I like that. I would like to see a bit more experimentation with that instead of all of this white space, because it's kind of just bland. But I can't deny that this is really smooth in between everything. I love the movement and stuff. Jeez. Chill. Yeah, I will. Hands off the mouse. Don't kill me. Yep. And that was the end. I don't really know what to think of this, honestly. It's very, very open. In an honest comment, I've wrote, love the unique movements and structuring, but feels devoid of anything else, because that's just how I feel about it. I might send it for a rate because it did actually impress me in the way it was set out. That's a 6-star for you there. But yeah, I'm not going to take it any further than that. I thought it was cool, but it doesn't really leave many other thoughts with me. Like, sometimes it feels very similar to other modern levels, which is kind of throwing me off the scent a little bit with that. But anyway, thank you for watching this Geometry Dash level request video. Check the links in the description. You'll find my Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and my Discord server. Leave a like and subscribe, and have a good day.